Hello everyone, welcome back to Science Tips. Today we are going to discuss an important topic of metals and non-metals. So my topic is physical properties of metals. If you are seeing my channel first time, please subscribe my channel. So let us start the video. The first physical property of metal is physical state, the state of metal. So what is the state of metal? Metals are normally solids at room temperature. There are two exception cases, mercury and gallium. Both are metals but they are liquid at room temperature. Other things you can see here, they are solid at room temperature. Second property is lustrous. So the property of metal which is having shiny appearance. So the metals are having shiny appearance, then the property is called lustrous property. So lustrous elements or the metals are gold, copper, silver, iron, etc. Third one, malleability. This is another property of metal which can be beaten into thin sheet form by hammering. So you can see here there is a hammer. Using the hammer we can beat the metal and we can make that into thin sheet form. This property is called malleability. Gold is the most malleable metal. We have purchased aluminum foil and all from outside, right? So this is what here they are telling. This is the only property of metal which can be beaten into thin sheet by hammering. This is called malleability. Examples: gold and aluminium. Next example is sonority. What do you mean by sonority, you know? Yes, sonorous means related to the sound. So the ability of metals that produce a ringing sound, not only a simple sound, if they are producing a ringing sound, then the property is called sonority or sonorous. So the property is called sonorous and the ability of metals to produce a ringing sound is called sonority. When they hit with a hard object, then only they will produce sound. Okay, so this property is called sonority. Next property is ductility. Metals can be drawn into thin wires. Examples, like we have seen many copper wires and other kind of wires, right? So all these wire form is an example of ductility. So what do you mean by ductility? It can be drawn into wires. That is called ductility. Like copper, gold, iron, all these things we can make them or drawn into thin wires. This property of metal is called ductility. Next property is conductor of heat and electricity. Are they conductor or are they insulator? That is our question, right? So metals are good conductors of heat and electricity, because here you can see one picture it is given, that is a pan. The pan is made up of which one? Iron. Okay, so here you can see they are in our kitchen we can see many utensils. It is made up of aluminium and iron kind of things. So all these are metals which is used for cooking. Why they are used for cooking? Because they are the good conductors of heat. Like that, for electricity purpose also we are using which one? Copper wire. So this copper also a very good conductor of electricity. So metals are generally good conductors of heat and electricity. Next one is hardness. Metals are generally hard in nature. Example, iron. But here also some exception cases are there. One of the exception cases is sodium. Another exception case is potassium. These two are very soft in nature. We can cut even with a knife also. So these are the two examples of soft metals. Others are hard in nature. Next one is melting and boiling point. Metals have high melting and boiling point except three cases. One is sodium, second one is potassium, and third one is mercury. Except these three, others have high melting and a boiling point. Next property is density. Metals have high density. Because of this high density, they feel heavy for their size. When we take them, we feel like they are very heavy. It is due to the high density. Examples: iron, copper, gold, etc. So let me repeat it to you once again all the physical properties of metals. First property is physical state. All the metals are solid in nature except two cases are there. One is gallium, another one is mercury. Second one is malleability. All the metals are malleable. So what is malleability? Metals can be drawn into thin sheet form. Next is sonorous property. They can make a ringing sound. That is called sonorous property. So metals are having an ability to produce a ringing sound when they strike with a hard object. Next thing is ductility. They can be drawn into thin wires. Metals can be drawn into thin wires is called ductility. Then lustrous property. The shiny appearance of the metals is called lustrous. Next one is they are good conductors of heat and electricity. Then high melting and boiling point is there, having high density, and they are hard generally except two cases, sodium and potassium. Thank you. Thanks for watching.